Hello, Salem faithful. If you've been glued to your screens, here is the red for tease den man McCurn and Dizen bombs. Because the show just dropped the mother of all resurrection bombs, and it's going to shake the very foundations of that little town we love so much. After months of cryptic teases, shadowy figures, those classic DiMera back from brink, but somehow always them sin hype mis mysterious cocoon. Number one and only Lexie Carver and the Daphne Denmark 6, Nixer and Rasta makes an explosive debut in the role.
Now, for those of you who've been with the show since the 90s, and let's be honest, that's most of us diehards, Lexie isn't just any character. She's the beating heart of the Carver family, the brilliant doctor who stole Abe's heart and never really gave it back, even after her heartbreaking exit in 2012. For nearly 2 decades, the legendary Renee Jones brought Lexie to life with a fire and grace that made her one of the most beloved figures in daytime television. Renee retired from the role after giving us countless iconic moments. Remember the way she fought for her marriage, her son Theo, and her own sense of self through every DiMera scheme and Salem scandal. Her performance was so powerful that when Lexie was written off, fans mourned like they'd lost a real friend. But here's the thing about Days of Our Lives, nobody stays dead forever, especially not when Dr. Wilhelm Rolf is still lurking in the shadows with his secret formulas and cryogenic pods. TV Insider broke the news first, and let me tell you, the second I read that headline, I had to pause my DVR and catch my breath. According to the exclusive report, Lexie Carver, beloved wife, mother, doctor, and occasional DiMera pawn didn't actually die the way we all thought. Sure, we watched her say her tearful goodbyes on screen back in 2012, surrounded by the people who loved her most, after that devastating brain tumor storyline that ripped our hearts out. But in true Salem fashion, it was all a carefully orchestrated illusion. While the rest of the town mourned and moved on, Dr. Rolf, the same mad scientist genius who's resurrected everyone from Stefan DiMera to that infamous dead list that keeps growing longer every year, was secretly keeping Lexie alive in a hidden hospital laboratory. Picture it, dim lights, beeping monitors, and Lexie suspended in some kind of high-tech cocoon, her body preserved and her mind well. Who knows what kind of dreams or nightmares she's been having all these years. It's classic DOOL science fiction mixed with raw, emotional soap opera gold, and I for one am here for every single second of it. And speaking of those classic DOOL reveals, get ready for the moment that's going to have living rooms across the country gasping out loud. We've been watching EJ DiMera circle around that cocoon like a shark for weeks now, dropping hints and dodging questions while poor Paulina Price Carver has been left in the dark, wondering what fresh DiMera hell is about to crash into her newlywed bliss. But on Friday, March 6th, AJ is finally going to rip the lid off this secret, literally and figuratively. Imagine the scene, Paulina standing there in all her fierce, no-nonsense glory, arms crossed, demanding answers the way only she can. EJ, with that signature DiMera smirk and a dramatic flourish, will pull back the curtain or unzip the cocoon. Because let's be real, this is Days of Our Lives, and reveal Lexie Carver, alive, breathing, and probably very confused about how much time has passed while she was essentially on ice. The drama, off the charts. Because Lexie wasn't just anyone's wife, she was Abe Carver's soulmate. Their love story spanned decades, filled with passion, heartbreak, betrayals, and those quiet, tender moments that made us believe in forever. Abe and Lexie built a life together through racism scandals, secret adoptions, DiMera manipulations, and the birth of their son Theo, who's now grown into a young man navigating his own path. They were the couple that Salem rooted for even when the writers threw every obstacle imaginable at them. And now, Abe is happily remarried to Paulina. They've built something real, something strong, after all the chaos of the last few years. Paulina has been his rock, his partner in every sense, and their wedding was one of those joyous events that reminded us why we tune in. But Lexie's return is about to crack that foundation wide open. How do you tell the woman you thought was gone forever that you've moved on? How does Lexie process waking up to a world where her husband has a whole new life without her? The love triangle potential here is pure soap opera dynamite, and I can already hear the keyboard warriors in the fan groups typing furiously about who Abe should choose. But this isn't just about romance, it's about family, legacy, and the kind of seismic shifts that only happen in Salem. Lexie's comeback is going to ripple through every corner of the canvas. Theo is going to be absolutely floored. Imagine getting your mother back after more than a decade of grieving her. Chanel and Johnny will have to navigate what this means for their own complicated family ties. The hospital. Lexie was one of Salem's top doctors. Will she reclaim her old job, or has too much changed in modern medicine? And let's not forget the DiMeras. Each's involvement screams family agenda. And you know Kristen and Tony are going to have opinions. Rolf's lab isn't just a plot device, it's the gateway to every resurrection we've ever seen. And now it's brought back one of the show's most morally complex heroines. Lexie was never just a saint. She had her flaws, her moments of weakness, her fierce protectiveness that sometimes crossed lines. That's what made her so real, so watchable. Fresh off her debut announcement, Nikki Crawford sat down with TV Insider for a candid chat that gave us all chills. Her return is going to turn things upside down, especially now that Abe is married to Paulina, she revealed with the kind of quiet excitement that only an actress stepping into legendary shoes can have. But I think what made her so beloved was her willingness to fight for what she loved. Most people, given a second chance, would do the same. So she might return to love, but she won't return quietly. And oh, how right she is. Nikki isn't just slipping into Renee Jones' iconic role, she's bringing her own fire to Lexie, promising a version that honors the past while charging full speed into the present. Fans who grew up watching Lexie battle everything from Stefano's mind games to her own health crises are going to see a woman who's been given the ultimate second chance and refuses to waste it. She'll fight for her son, for her place in the medical community, and yes, for the man she still considers the love of her life. But quietly, never. Lexie Carver has always been a force, and this version is coming back swinging. Let's take a moment to really appreciate what this return means for the show overall. Days of Our Lives has always been at its best when it mixes nostalgia with forward momentum, and bringing Lexie back does exactly that. It honors the Carver family legacy, first black family at the center of a major soap opera at a time when representation still matters deeply. It gives Abe, played to perfection by James Reynolds, layers of emotional turmoil we haven't seen in years. Paulina, the incomparable Jackie Harry, is going to deliver some of her most powerful scenes yet as she grapples with jealousy, compassion, and straight-up rage. And for longtime viewers, it's a love letter. Remember when Lexie and Abe renewed their vows? Or the heartbreaking moment she learned about her true DiMera heritage? Those stories are woven into the DNA of Salem, and now they're being dusted off and re-examined through the lens of resurrection. I've been watching Days of Our Lives for more years than I care to admit, and I can tell you this, returns like this are what keep the show alive. We've seen Marlena come back from the dead multiple times, we've watched Stefan get rebooted in a new body, and we've cheered when beloved characters defied medical science. But Lexie feels different. She feels personal. She was the moral compass in so many storylines, the doctor who treated everyone with dignity, the mother who fought tooth and nail for Theo's happiness even when the world was against them. Her death left a void that no one else could fill. Now that void is being filled in the most dramatic way possible, and I cannot wait to see the fireworks. So mark your calendars, set your reminders, and maybe stock up on this West because Friday, March 6th is going to be one for the history books. Nikki Crawford is stepping into a role that carries decades of love and legacy, and from everything we've heard, she's ready to make it her own. Lexie Carver is back, Salem is about to get messy in the best possible way, and Abby's world is never going to be the same. Will he choose the past or the present? Will Paulina fight for her marriage with that signature fire? Will Lexie's return heal old wounds or rip open new ones? Only time in our Friday episode will tell.
But one thing is certain, Lexie won't return quietly. She never did. And that's exactly why we love her. Tune in, fans. This is going to be legendary. What do you think? Team Lexie or Team Paulina? Drop your predictions in the comments because the Carver love triangle of the decade is just getting started.